What's up to all of my Aquarians out there? So this is gonna be a tarot reading for you. So let's see what cards y'all got. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. I'm doing videos over here now. I wasn't getting paid through Google AdSense. Something wrong with it. So I essentially just decided to redo it again. Doesn't really matter because I know exactly what it is that I have to do. I have a better understanding of YouTube. So the cards that I come up with for the Aquarians, right? This is for July 1st through the 15th. This is Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Cups. I am using the Dragon Tarot, right? Of course, I'm going to switch the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, okay, Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups, right? The Hierophant, the King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, the Death card. So what I'm seeing here for the Aquarius, this is for Aquarius, is that I'm seeing there's some form of a relationship that needs a whole that essentially is formed based upon someone being tired of their ex or going through it with a group of people whom they don't think that they should be going through it. Okay, it could be potentially you, the Eight of Cups, you trying to communicate with someone new, trying to let them know, well, walking away, but also communicating to potentially with someone new, or going to find someone new. The Ace of Cups, already having someone in mind. If you don't necessarily have anyone in mind, this can just represent how you're not allowing yourselves to be held down in love. What I suggest for the Aquarians is hold out on finding someone. Just take a month or two to really relax, because you have to recover from the trauma, right? What I would suggest you do is to go inward, find out what was wrong about the relationship, why didn't the relationship last, what you could have done better, what they could have done better, what you did that was good, and what they did that was good, right? So then the next card that I come up with is the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. So careful not to accuse, right? Because the Queen of Swords sometimes can accuse people of doing things that they are not necessarily doing. The Page of Swords represents not so serious people, and like I said before, there's a lot of people out here playing games on my other YouTube channel, right? But there's a lot of people out here who are playing games, and careful not to accuse people. Okay, this is you accusing them. Careful not to accuse people of playing games, especially when they're not playing games, because then that will make you look bad. That's a bad look for you, right? So you want to be careful of that. And how you are careful of that. Hold on, let me turn off the light, because you can still see me anyway. That way there's no glare. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep it like this so that there's no glare. But how you essentially make it so, yeah, that's better. How it is that you essentially make it like that in the first place is by just seeing their actions. Looking at whether or not they are a good match. You know, if they aren't, then it is what it is. And how you'll know in the first place is because they'll say one thing and they'll do another. So if these are people who essentially, they really are people who aren't serious, right, and they're playing games with you, you'll know because they'll say one thing and do another. They're inconsistent. Now, the next card that I come up with is the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, you will have some people who are serious, but they may approach the situation very playful with you, right? Page of Wands. They may approach it very different with you, or not taking it seriously, even though they might actually be serious, because they know in the dating arena this thing right here is very easy to scare a lot of people off, considering that not a lot of people are really serious about getting to know somebody. They're just trying to have bedroom fun. The Queen of Wands represents how this person themselves is also an individual that has to be honest with themselves, right? And they're not looking to get played. So there's a lot of people playing games. So you darn right, they're gonna come off as if at first like they're just playing games and they're uninterested, because a lot of people are out here playing games. So they want to make sure that you, as the Aquarius, who's an air sign, who can very well leave them, mind you, is not playing games, because air signs are usually detached anyway. So then the next couple cards are the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. This person isn't going to be a jerk to you if you actually take the time to really get to know them. The Emperor represents somebody who has a lot to offer and somebody who has built up a life for themselves. But it also represents a person who isn't a jerk or isn't an a-hole, right? It's a person that essentially is someone who can be very serious with their own passions and their interests, right? Their passions, not just their interests, but their passions. It's just that the Ace of Pentacles is going to take a little bit of time. And the Ace of Pentacles not only represents time, but it also represents how things will be working out for you if you last. As you can see, the Ace of Pentacles is on the front of the box, as well as the card representing time as well as producing, right? So the Two of Cups represents how this is a situation for y'all as well, where this is something where you got to understand that you also have to understand that this is very well a situation where if you don't really see, that's my cat, sorry, if you don't really see how you and them are a good match, okay, or could be a good match, then you can also leave them alone, okay, if you want. But the Hierophant represents how some of you Aquarians will decide to actually take this offer up, right, from the person, start to take them seriously. Come to find out, they were always not only an Emperor, but the King of Swords in the first place, right? And they are also an Emperor in the sense that they're quite mentally astute. It's just that, like I said, they just originally came at you like a person that didn't take things seriously. So the Six of Pentacles is that this can potentially be a relationship that is very good for you, give and take. And then you have the Death card. The Death card, as the ending card, represents how what's put to death, so to speak, or what's dying out is you being potentially by yourself. So you have all of the opportunity in the world to actually have someone who is there for you and who really wants to be there for you. You just have to reel them in and say yes a little bit more and accept them in. Let's clarify the Death card. Let's clarify the Death card. So to clarify the Death card, we have, I'm using the Voodoo Tarot, so nothing is worded the same. I'm just going to go ahead and read it off, show you the picture, and then interpret it. So you have Legba, right, with his crazy looking self, Legba. You have Simbi, okay, and then you have Honsis. So this represents, to clarify the Death card, so it represents that the relationship is crazy how it actually got started. And initially, you Aquarians may not even necessarily really think this person is spiritually on your level to really even deal with them in the first place. But Simbi represents a certain level of patience that you've had, and you're willing to actually see things through to the end to find out if they are really worth your time. And Honsis represents, come to find out, they are worth your time. So far, so good. I'm not saying that it's going to last forever, right? But what I am saying is that, come to find out, they are worth some of your time because you like what it is that they're saying, right? You like the tune that they're playing. So far, so good. They're not showing you any kind of crazy real red flags. It's more so idiosyncrasies. So the card that I come up with is the Emperor. To clarify the Emperor, we have Carnival, Radamambo, and you have the Aizan. To clarify the Emperor. So when you find out that this person is actually an Emperor and they aren't on some playing games type stuff, Carnival represents how this is surprisingly refreshing to you. Radamambo represents how you were essentially intending at first to just cut this person off. But again, Aizan, you're glad that you stayed and actually spent the time with that person to realize how useful and how good to you they actually are. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Doing those things will help the algorithm for the video as well as the YouTube channel. Let's get to 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get there quickly. Peace.